Lo-fi, mid-fi, and hi-fi. We're not talking about audio this time, we're talking about design. There are different ways to design, and there's different speeds and different outcomes out of these styles of designing. I'm going to talk to you right now about lo-fi, mid-fi, and hi-fi, and when to use them. So, lo-fi. Lo-fi design could be anything from sketching on a piece of paper, whiteboarding with markers, or doing something digital with a wireframing tool, using gray box, text areas that don't actually have text, that are just lorem ipsum text or naughty or just lines. This type of design is what you want to do at the very early stages of any design process. So this is the idea phase. This is when you're not sure what something will be, where it could go, and this is what you would call the seed phase of innovation. You're just planting different seeds and seeing which one is going to sprout up with the best idea. So in order to do this, you can choose different tools to do it. Like I said, number one is pen and paper. Pen and paper, lots of designers love pen and paper on their initial designs because it's that tactile feel. It lets the ideas flow without any distraction and without any friction for it. That's good, but you then have to take those into digital usually anyways to build an app. So whatever floats your boat. Whiteboarding is great for if you're doing a group idea session with something. So getting up and just, rather than talking about it, sketch it out. It's amazing how humans, we're visual learners, right? If we see something, it'll just transform our opinion about it and allow us to all get on the same page. But we're a design agency and we have to deliver things all digitally and at scale, so we try to do it the most efficient way, and we do that through lo-fi wireframing. This is gray box, using components to quickly put things together and doing it in a way that later on, if you want to take these wireframes, you can start adapting off of them into high fidelity or mid fidelity prototypes right away. So we usually do that with Figma, and we have a whole kit to do that as well. So mid-fi design is used in very specific situations, and mid-fi is a kind of weird mix between high and lo-fi. Where you would use mid-fi is when you have an idea, you have a seed and it's starting to grow into a proper idea. You then want to get that into the hands of somebody quickly. So you don't want to be stressing too much about every little icon and making something pixel perfect, but you then want to start growing that idea into something that could later be a pixel perfect development ready design. So mid-fi, you might want to start playing with headlines on your copy. Mid-fi, you might want to start placing images or basic icons into the prototype so that you can further feel what the user interaction is. And also in mid-fi, mid-fi is useful if you want to get something quickly into the hands of your users without putting that pure polish into it. Sometimes users struggle with lo-fi designs when it comes to giving user feedback because there's things that are unclear. Mid-fi is that happy medium between pace and actual user experience that someone would get. So that's where you would want to use mid-fi. Some examples of this are, mid-fi is really good if you're working on a feature, not so much a whole experience, but a feature, and you want to get a feature in front of somebody, or a component, right? I want to add this widget to my dashboard, or I want to add a chat feature. Quickly mock that up and see how people interact with it. So hi-fi designs are used for when you are ready to go to development and you need to make everything pixel perfect. Hi-fi designs, you're really going to start to look at building out components. So your navigation elements, your colors, your design systems, your buttons, map functions that are reused in multiple ways. You really want to start standardizing these things into a design system so that you can design as much as you want without incurring design debt. Hi-Fi designs are meant to be the final version of a release or a sprint for a design sprint, and they are supposed to be pixel perfect, ready to go for development. You really need to consider how the developer is going to build this, right? So in Hi-Fis, you don't just want to make it pretty and make it polished. You also want to spend time with your developer at this time to confirm that the things that you're building are within the scope of what they can build going into their development sprint. So Hi-Fi designs are a great time to bring your development team in and say, we've user tested these, we've come up with the idea, we've grown it to, we've put it in the front of users and they like it. We now know that there's value in building this. What's the effort to build this? That's the main thing that you want to work with on your developer as you build out your Hi-Fi designs. Hi-Fi, mid-fi, lo-fi, we have all of those available at productive.agency. It's up to you how you want to use them. Obviously, you can adapt them as you want, and it's all downloadable on our Figma community as well. So go on there and you can download these all in there as well. And do not forget to subscribe to our email address because we publish new frameworks every couple of months or every quarter.